In this episode, we talk about why right now is actually the best time to sell and buy. This is episode 32 of the Inside Real Estate Show with me, Darin Persinger of Persinger Group Real Estate, your hosts for the Inside Real Estate Show, where I give you the insight behind the information, giving you the analysis and advice to make smart home buying, home selling, and real estate investing decisions. What is up? Thanks for joining me, whether you're watching me on YouTube, on our website at InsideRealEstateShow.com, or listening to us on our podcast. Glad to have you here for episode 32. What's going on in this episode is a reporter actually reached out to me recently and asked the question. It was a very loaded question. They had a narrative that they wanted to do for this story. And that narrative basically was what they wanted to title it, Why Now is the Best Time to Sell Your Home and Why It's the Worst Time to Sell Your Home. And I let them know, actually, for the vast majority of people, that would not be true. For the majority of people, right now would be the best time to sell. And if you're going to buy, right now, it would be. Now, for a small minority, maybe that's the case. It would be good time to buy, good time to sell, but bad time to buy. And we'll get into that later in the show. But first, let's do some housekeeping. Housekeeping! Two major things I wanted to share with you this week on the Inside Real Estate Show. We have two new listings that couldn't be further apart from each other in their style and who the buyer would be for each of these properties. So I wanted to share that with you. First, and so if you're listening, maybe head over to InsideRealEstateShow.com and look for links for these listings. If you're watching this, I'll have the listings up right over here somewhere. So the first one is a 6-bedroom home in Lake Stevens. Check that out. Great video tour of that one. The second one that I want to share with you this week is a 2-bedroom condo in West Seattle, and I'll have that link right here also. So obviously a different type of buyer for each of those properties, but love the way the tours turned out. Beautiful homes. Someone's going to enjoy making this their home. Now on to the main topic today. So as I was saying, this reporter, their question basically was, I'm doing an article. Love to have your feedback, your insight into this. Use a quote or two in our article. It's why now is the best time to sell, but also the worst time to sell. And I know where they're going with that. It's because the market is hot right now. It's definitely a seller's market. So if you sell, now you have to try to buy in a seller's market. So that means it's not good, right? Well, that's not the case. That's not the case for the majority of you listening or watching, and I will explain that right now. So quick definition for you. A buyer's market is, when we look at months of inventory, so quick definition of months of inventory. Months of inventory says if no other homes are allowed to come on the market for sale, based upon how quickly homes are selling, how long would it take for the existing inventory to sell? Anything above 6 months, by kind of normal definition, 6 months of inventory or more is considered a buyer's market. Anything less than 6 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. So in the markets that we're dealing with right now, in a lot of places, it's definitely a seller's market. It's a hot seller's market. It's like 1.5 months, 2 months of inventory. So definitely a seller's market. Now that's as a whole. As we dig into it, the thing that I want you to remember is that inside of every market, there's another market. So as we look at the general real estate market, we know, okay, it's a seller's market, but as we start to pick out things like, for example, price zones, this is a big one. Price zones, and I would say homes, and let me give you a very specific thing instead of doing this hypothetical. Homes in Lake Stevens where we sell 50% of our business takes place in this town. I would say $400,000 and below is a definite seller's market. $400,000 and above starts to turn into a slower seller's market. If you're at $500,000 and above, you're starting to enter a buyer's market actually. There's much more inventory at homes $500,000 or more. And the reason why that is the median in Lake Stevens, the median sales price is about $350,000. So if you're looking at homes $150,000 more, whether you're looking to buy or sell, know that you're probably dealing with the buyer's market. Now, this is why I say right now is a great time to sell and buy. And that's because typically, if you're going to be selling, you're selling in one price zone and moving up to the next price zone. It's not unrealistic to think you're selling at a home for $350,000 and looking at a home that's $450,000 or $500,000. People, when they're selling and moving, looking to buy the next one, typically are taking a step up. Vast majority of people, that's exactly what's going on. So right now, since there's a good chance it's a buyer's market at the price zone above wherever you're at, right now is a great time to actually sell and buy. For the small minority of people that are looking to downsize, and there always is people looking to do that in any type of market, right now I would say it's the best time to sell. You're going to get a lot of money for your house when you're selling. It's going to be a quick, easy sale. But it also could be the worst time because now you have to go compete at a price zone below. So even though you're going to get great value for your house at this price zone, now you're probably dropping down a price zone and you're going to be competing with a lot more buyers, not getting as much bang for your buck. So I just wanted to, I don't think that reporter liked my answer. I don't think they were going to run with my quote and my insight, my perspective on things, but that's okay because I have my own platform. That's why I do the Inside Real Estate Show, so I can give you the insight behind the information of what's really going on instead of the media giving you their narrative of what they want you to hear. So that's my perspective. That's how I see it. If you have any questions about what we talked about today or your specific real estate plans, love to talk to you. You can find me on Twitter at Darin Persinger or email me darin@persingergroup.com. And as always, I remind you, home is what you make it someplace you love.